This was not Toastmasters, fellow Toastmasters, and dear guests. A warm welcome to meeting number 2 of the Gabby's Online Advanced Toastmasters Club. This is going to be another power-packed evening where you will witness the installation ceremony, dive into learnings, speeches, and double evaluations, and much more. I will begin today's meeting with a small poetry on the theme of today's session, which is just do it. Don't wait for the stars to align or perfect words. Don't wait to find. Don't keep looking for a clear sign. Just do it. Yourself don't bind. No fears or doubts should cloud your way. The time is now, not far away. You've got the courage, the spark, and the grit. So take the plunge and just do it. Yes, my friends, let the hesitation, fears, doubts, just leave all of it. You have the courage, the strength, the determination. So go ahead and chase your goals and dreams and make them come true. I'm Toastmaster Priya Singh, your Sergeant at Arms for today's meeting. As the Sergeant at Arms, I would like to highlight a few key points for the meeting. The duration of this meeting is for 2 hours, and you are all requested to be there for the entire duration of the meeting to get maximum benefit from it. Your video should be on and audio should be off unless you need to speak or you are called upon to speak regarding the topics of sex, religion, politics. Though Toastmasters International does not have any restrictions on speaking on these topics, at the Gabbies, we request all speakers and role takers to refrain and be mindful of any controversial views on these sensitive topics. Our club mission is to provide a supportive and positive learning experience in which members are empowered to develop communication and leadership skills, resulting in greater self-confidence and personal growth. Let me now hand over the virtual stage to our presiding officer of today's meeting, a very dynamic and vibrant personality, none other than Toastmaster Smriti Sagrika Mohanty. Toastmaster Smriti Sagrika Mohanty has over a decade of experience in B2B sales and certified expertise in soft skills training. She brings a thoughtful blend of professional insight and personal warmth to every interaction. Currently pursuing a full-time master's degree in the US, she is balancing academics with her deep commitment to meaningful and impactful communication. A mindful introvert at heart, she's on a journey to become a powerful public speaker. She serves as a club mentor, club coach, and has completed her tenure as a distinguished area director. She is a double triple crown winner, currently navigating her 5th pathway. For her, every role is a chance to learn, lead, and lift others along the way. She is the immediate past president of the Gabby's Online Advanced Toastmasters Club. Let's put our hands together to welcome our presiding officer, Toastmaster Smriti Sagrika Mohanty. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Priya. Can you please hear it for our Sergeant at Arms, Toastmaster Priya Singh? Well, again, thank you so much, Priya, for that heartfelt, poetic opening or beginning to our meeting. Your words today were not just the opening remarks. It was indeed, I felt like a gentle invitation to pause, reflect, and enter this space with the right intention. Well, for those who are hearing Priya for the very first time, the beautiful line which she quoted, she presented here is just a glimpse of her all time Spotify series, Soulful Scrolls. So you are most welcome to go to Spotify and just go through all her poetic, musical, and the silent whispers which she delivers over there. Can we hear it once again for Toastmaster Priya Singh? On that beautiful reminder, I hereby call the meeting of the Gabby's Online Advanced Toastmasters Club to order. To all our members, guests, visiting Toastmasters, and the honorable dignitaries in the meeting room, where I see our Area B1 Director, Area B2 Director, thank you everybody to join the meeting to grace us with your presence once again. We're truly delighted to have you with us today. Now, some meetings, they follow a pattern, few follow agenda. But there are few meetings like this where we infuse a rare energy. You are going to witness that energy with each and every segment of this particular meeting. The kind of energy which comes from daring to take chances, embracing the diversity and variety, and learning the unknown. That's what make this particular gathering so special, because we don't wait for perfection, we just do it. So before we dive into the agenda, let's welcome our esteemed guest. Let's try to understand each other briefly while I call you. If it is possible for you to come on camera or unmute yourself, please share a quick introduction, maybe your name, where you are at present signing in from, and what brought you to this Gabby's meeting. May I start with, is she here, Shreyanshi? Hi, Shreyanshi. Is it possible for you to help us with a quick introduction? Shreyanshi, if you're speaking, you are on mute. Okay, by the time you are comfortable, let's connect with Sirisha. Sirisha, can you help us with a quick introduction?
Hey, hello everyone. This is Sirisha. I'm from NetApp and I belongs to NetApp Toastmasters Club, which comes under District 92. Presently, I'm serving as a president for this term for NetApp Toastmasters Club. So I joined Toastmasters nearly 1.5 years back with a 6 months gap for my maternity recently. And I came back from maternity and took the role as a president for the club. Looking forward for this meeting. I've joined this meeting for the educational session. I got a message in different groups. There is an educational session. So to listen more, I have joined this. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Shirisha. First and foremost, congratulations for coming back and restarting the journey. And second, we all wish you good luck to your club, to your future tenure as a president. Thank you once again for joining.
Thank you.
Okay, let's most welcome. Can I check again with Shreyanshi? Shreyanshi, if you're here. Okay, no worries. Rest, I see all familiar faces, people who are members, who are frequent guests to the meeting. And here I see Pramod joining the meeting. Pramod, you joined right away. We were checking up with our guest. Would you like to help us with a quick introduction, maybe your name, and if you're a guest or a Toastmaster?
Yeah, hi Swati. Pramod here. I'm current area director for B4. So I just joined and I wanted to explore the meeting. That's it. That is a short introduction.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Pramod, for keeping it so crisp. And really privileged to have Area B1, B2, and B3 director all put together in a Gabby's meeting. That's only you can find in a Gabby's online advanced Toastmasters club. Well, in case you are joining parallelly and in paucity of time, let's proceed further. If you really want to introduce yourself, you can definitely share your short and crisp introduction in chat. If not, then wait for your spotlight. Definitely the TMOD will come, or the presiding officer towards the end will come with a quick introduction. Now we have a combination. I know people who are joining for the very first time as well. We are talking about daring, we're talking about leadership, and this is the platform which offers the same. We are in a platform which Toastmasters offer a legacy started by a visionary leader, Dr. Ralph C. Smedley, in 1924, a platform which empowers every speaker to be a better speaker, a performer, a leader, or to be someone who is best at networking with people. With that intent, Gabbies meet twice a week. On every Saturday, 10 a.m., in a hybrid arrangement, the Gabby's Toastmasters Club meet where we offer a classic yet immersive Toastmasters experience. And Tuesdays, you see the Gabby's online Advanced Toastmasters Club meeting with a different arrangement, which our Saturday Dance has already explained. Now, this meeting is special. Why? Because of the agenda, because of the segments which we have in line. So let's begin with the very first segment. As we are embracing leadership, it is always important to celebrate each and every small milestones, each and every gathering. So today is a very special event where we are going to celebrate the installation ceremony. For those who are new with the terminology, this is the moment where the incoming club officers are formally inducted into their new roles. It is a celebration of leadership in motion of individuals who have stepped up not just to serve, but to empower others to thrive. To guide us through this meaningful transition, we have someone who has joined us, someone who not only understands leadership, but lives in it through his own actions. So please join me in welcoming our installation officer, Toastmaster Rohit Kumar, who will lead us through the installation ceremony. For people, just a brief introduction about him. Toastmaster Rohit Kumar is a process mining professional with Celonis based in India. Passionate about technology, he believes its power to drive meaningful change. Beyond his technical expertise, he is known for his storytelling flair and ability to build authentic connections. Definitely the qualities that shines both on and off the stage. Currently serving as president of Cello Toastmasters Club and area director of B2 for the program year 2025-2026, Rohit leads with purpose and dedication. In his spare time, he enjoys playing table tennis and creating motivational content that reflects his drive to inspire and uplift others. Again, please put your hands together to welcome our installation officer, Toastmaster Rohit Kumar. Over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Smriti. First of all, would like to do a quick check on the audio part. I'm audible to all of you, online folks? Great. Amazing to be part of this Gabby's online Advanced Toastmaster Club. It's my honor to be here. Without much ado, I will go with the installation ceremony because I know there's a lot of talking need to be done throughout this meeting. So here we go. I, Rohit Kumar, your installation officer for today. I'm here to install and prepare the officers of the Gabby's online Advanced Toastmaster Club. Each officer is obligated to attend club executive committee meetings, attend district-sponsored club officer training, known as TLI, prepare a successor for her respective office. Before I start the installation ceremony, I request the outgoing club officers to please turn on your video. I request all the outgoing officers to please turn on your video. Okay. Dear officers, you had a successful term and you all should be extremely proud for serving magnificently in your respective offices. On behalf of the Gabby's Online Advanced Toastmaster Club, District 92, and Toastmaster International, I would like to say a big thank you for all your hard and successful work this term. I hereby discharge you from all further duties and responsibilities of your respective offices. Please give the outgoing officers a huge round of applause for the wonderful service they have rendered to this club. Thank you. I would request moderator to spotlight the video of respective officers when I install them. Since we are doing it in online setting, so as a gesture to take this oath ceremony in a way, typically we used to have a gavel in hand, but now if you can hold a pen in your hand, it will be a great sign of commitment and dedication which you have been showing from quite many years. So let's do that. Please hold the pen, which signifies as a symbol of leadership, as I briefly described the challenges he or she must meet and responsibilities he or she must fulfill. I also request the officers to reply with "I will" to acknowledge the acceptance of the role. I request that the elected officers turn on their video as I call their name. I humbly request the audience to please withhold applause till the installation ceremony is concluded. Toastmaster Priya Singh. Toastmaster Priya Singh as Sergeant at Arms. Your responsibilities include arrange the meeting space and equipment, maintain club equipment in working order, ensure that adequate club supplies are available, set up the virtual room before the meeting begins if required, take care of waiting room and allow only authorized attendees, lock the meeting room if need be once meeting commences, ensure to take care of online meeting controls and meeting recording if need be, make sure that all relevant educational and PR materials are displayed, attend to special equipment needs, greet guests, and help the president make sure the meeting begins on time. Will you perform these duties to the best of your ability?
I will.
Thank you. Toastmaster Sudharma Pereira as treasurer. Toastmaster Sudharma. You are expected to keep financial records and prepare the club budget, announce when it's time for members to pay dues, explain the dues structure to members, collect dues, and work with the secretary to ensure that the club submits dues on time to Toastmaster International World Headquarters. Will you perform these duties to the best of your ability?
Yes, I will.
Thank you. Toastmaster Upasana Ghosh. Just a moment. Toastmaster Upasana Ghosh as secretary.
I think so. She is not there in the meeting.
Okay. Okay.
Can I do it on her behalf?
Yes, yes. Thank you. Toastmaster Upasana Ghosh as secretary, you maintain an accurate membership roster, work with the treasurer to ensure that new member application and dues get to Toastmaster International World Headquarters as soon as possible, submit the new club officer list to Toastmaster International on time, work with the treasurer to submit your club's semi-annual report and dues to Toastmaster International on time, take care of noting down attendance for meetings, provide the club with minutes of each meeting. Will you perform these duties to the best of your ability?
Yes, I will.
Thank you. Toastmaster Aswini N. Toastmaster Aswini N as Vice President Public Relations. Okay. You are expected to attract visitors to the club through free publicity, use a variety of means to promote the club and its member in as many media as possible, such as digital, print, TV, internet, or newspaper. Enlist your fellow club members in PR activities, providing them with promotional materials and ideas for inviting guests. Regularly recognize member achievements with methods such as announcements, newsletter, emails, and articles that you submit for the district bulletin. Will you perform these duties to the best of your ability?
Yes, I will.
Thank you. Toastmaster Gauri Agarwal. Toastmaster Gauri Agarwal as Vice President Membership. Can we bring her to the spotlight? Gauri is not here in
She's
the
not
meeting.
there.
Okay. So Samita, you are going to take
Yes.
both on our behalf. Yeah. Okay. Toastmaster Gauri Agarwal as Vice President Membership, you are expected to lead the club's membership building efforts, help members with any requirement during their journey, listen to their grievances, and provide emotional support if need be. While the VP of PR motivates people to visit your club, you motivate the current members to invite guests, promptly give new member applications and dues to the secretary and treasurer, personally greet guests and provide them with guest packets, including a membership application, and make sure each guest hears about the benefits of Toastmasters and gets a personal invitation to become a member.
Yes, I will.
Will you perform these duties to the best of your ability?
Yes, I will.
Thank you. Toastmaster Renu Kausal as Vice President Education. Toastmaster Renu Kausal, you are expected to gain commitments from members to set educational goals for themselves, assure that club members are aware of the schedule of meeting rules, plan meetings that will assist members in meeting their individual goals, work with club members to keep meetings fun and well run, work with your members to ensure that they submit their applications for educational awards promptly, provide for educational topics at club meetings, represent your club at area and district council meetings, and as the second highest ranking officer, preside over the meeting when the club president is absent. Will you perform these duties to the best of your ability?
Yes, I will.
Thank you. Toastmaster Samita Kar as president of the Gabby's Online Advanced Club. Toastmaster Samita Kar, you are the chief executive officer. Thus, you preside at all club meetings and all meetings of the club executive committee. It is your challenge to see that this club adds new members and meets the need of its current members to achieve their communication and leadership goals. Establish a club climate that is supportive, stimulating, and rewarding to its member. Realize that among the resources available to your commitments is towards fellow club members, officer team, area director, division director, district 92 officers, and officers of Toastmasters International Headquarters. Toastmaster Samita Kar, you hold this pen as a symbol of the power and authority that your club has entrusted to you during your term of office. I'm confident that you will use it wisely and with restraint. You are a member of your team as well as a leader. A team is more than just a group of people. It is an emotional force rooted in the feelings, thoughts, and actions of all members, united by the common goal of achievements, sharing, and mutual support. Work with your team members to create a healthy, dynamic club, a club that everyone will be proud of. Toastmaster Samita Kar, as a member of the Gabby's Online Advanced Toastmaster Club, as well as its leader, will you work with your executive team and club members to make this a vibrant and a rewarding club this term and help every individual with honesty, loyalty, and empathy?
Yes, I will.
Thank you. Dear members of the Gabby's Online Advanced Toastmaster Club, please turn on your video and your officer term has just committed to serve this club to the best of its ability, to make the Gabby's Online Advanced Toastmasters the best possible and to meet the needs of all members. Active participation from each of you is essential. Do you, as member, place to work together with your officer team to make this the finest Toastmaster club it can be?
Yes, me too.
Yes,
Yes,
we
we
will.
will.
Yes, we will.
Yes, we will.
Thank you. Thank you. By the authority vested in me as the area director of District 92, it is my sincere pleasure to declare these Toastmasters officers installed in their respective club offices. Please join me in welcoming the Gabby's Online Advanced Toastmaster Club executive team for the term July 2025 to December 2025. Over to you, Toastmaster Smriti.
Thank you so much. Our installation officer, Toastmaster Rohit Kumar. Can we please hear it for him? Now, may I request our president, Toastmaster Samita Kar, to please help us with her introductory remarks to this meeting. And hereby, I pass on the virtual gavel to you. Over to you, Toastmaster Samita.
Thank you, thank you. Let us hear for our immediate past president, Smriti Mohanty. Good evening, fellow Gabbies, distinguished guests, and aspiring advanced communicators. It's an absolute honor to stand before you today, not just as the club president, but as a proud member of this brilliant Toastmasters, the Gabbies Online Advanced Toastmasters Club. Now, let's first address that big, beautiful element in the Zoom room. Yes, we are officially the advanced club this term. Yes, folks, we have graduated from the comforting chaos of a regular club meeting to that adrenaline pumping challenges of an advanced Toastmasters club. It's like moving from a college canteen to a 7-course buffet in a 5-star hotel. We are leveling up. And for that, let us not forget to tip our hats to those incredible terms we just had. Our leaders were nothing short of rockstars. Special mention must be made to Toastmaster Smriti. In spite of being in a totally different time zone, she was always there. She was always guiding us, helping us, being present, and being always a message away. Thank you so much. The team together, they built momentum. They had so much fun, and the meetings were so awesome that some of the guests, they forgot they were guests because they just kept showing up. And you know that we are doing something good if the guests keep on coming back. So thank you. Thank you, the XCOM members, the past XCOM members, for setting the stage, setting the bar, and of course, setting reminders for our meeting too. A new chapter is starting today as an advanced club. And we will not only do everything in our means to make the best use of the time that we have. We have a lot of things lined up. First, the educational session. And in this educational session, we are not only having the Toastmasters come and speak, but we are bringing in the leaders from different walks of life to learn and to grow. We are aiming to have a very constructive approach to evaluation. That one speech will have 2 evaluators, more evaluations, more opportunities for us to grow. We will be having a lot of things lined up, planned up, different ideas. We'll be polishing our presentations and we will all grow as a leader. Yes, of course, we will try a few less R's and and okay, that I can't promise for you. Being advanced does not mean intimidating. It is being intentional. We are a platform where seasoned speakers will come to sharpen their skills, where we will be rehearsing before a contest, or if we have a keynote address, we will just not practice, we will polish, and we will try to take it to the next level. We have the mission to empower communication and leadership. And we will just not clap, we will coach. We will not just deliver, we will develop. And most importantly, we will thrive with each meeting for us. Our vision is very simple: a safe, supportive, and a seriously ambitious space for personal as well as professional growth. Whether you are practicing for World Championship of Speaking, public speaking, or your Monday board meeting, or the next speech that you have to deliver, we will work together on it. To my fellow XCOM members, a very big thank you for saying yes. We lead with intention, with collaboration, and of course, with humor. Come on, this is Gabby's. As we say in Toastmasters, we learn best in the moments of enjoyment. And well then, buckle up, because this term in the Gabbies, we are going to have a lot of fun. Let's speak, let's lead, let's gab like never before. Over to you, Toastmaster Smriti.
Thank you so much. Can we please hear it for our President, Toastmaster Samita Kar? Now let's quickly dive into the meeting. I know you have been waiting for, and someone special is really waiting for his turn to get started. So, without further ado, let's welcome the individual who will drive the entire segment for you, bring all the blends on this virtual stage, and take us through the journey of being an advanced Toastmasters Club. So, please put your hands together while I invite our Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Gaurav Babu. Gaurav is a design engineer based in Bangalore with a strong academic foundation in mechanical and tool engineering. He brings a curious and creative mindset to everything he does, whether he's immersed in gaming, sketching, or exploring the open road on his bike. Driven by a desire to grow as a communicator and leader, Gaurav joined Toastmaster to step out of his comfort zone and connect with like minded individuals just like us. Toastmaster Gaurav, we are just excited to know about this journey of Just Do It. The virtual stage is all yours.
Thank you for the warm introduction, Presiding Officer Smriti. When I say just do it, it's a slogan, it's a phrase, just do it. What comes to your mind? What comes to your mind? Just quick raise of hands. Anyone, just quick raise of hands. What you mean by just do it? We have Toastmaster Sachin with raised hands.
It means that you just go and deliver it, finish the task.
Exactly. Yes. And is this related to any of the companies? Anyone have any idea as to where this comes
Nike.
from? Which company?
Nike.
Exactly, Nike. Exactly. It is from the company, the brand Nike. Just do it. Let me give you a gist of the history, how it went by. This was started by the founder, Phil Knight, in the US. Back in 1960s, he did not just start off Nike as it is, how it is right now. Before this, he was a distributor for a Japanese company who built, who manufactured the shoes called Onitsuka Tiger. It was going great. He was a great distributor. He was making good money, but the relationship between Phil Knight and the Japanese manufacturer Onitsuka Tiger started soaring over time. And that is when Phil Knight realized that this wouldn't work. It wouldn't work if he depended on another manufacturer or someone else. That is when he started this phrase, just do it. He started off with manufacturing his own shoes called Nike, and we all know where Nike stands now. It's worth over $113 billion right now. And how did it start? By just do it. In the similar sense, we had our new officers coming up today. We have the new Toastmasters Club GOAT. How did this happen? By just do it. With great ideas from our previous XCOM members, we have got this beautiful advanced Toastmasters Club, which is just going to push up the level of our meetings and experiences from now on. So now, let's make this a bit different. I would request all the role takers to add one just do it moment they've had before. And in the end, we'll have a poll as to who had the best just do it moment. So everyone in the meeting, have your have your ears open. And because you'll have to choose whose just do it moment was the best. So let me start off with my just do it moment. Me and my friends were off to one of my friend's house at a different village. As usual, we had our phones hooked onto the bike. We know how reliable Google Maps are nowadays. It took us through a trail. We didn't even know there was no light. Anyways, me and my friends took up this phrase, just do it, and went through it, and we had the best off-roading experience ever. Without this just do it moment, we wouldn't have got that experience. So for you guys, just a heads up, the next time you are using Google Maps thinks that we all have wings. So it might just throw you off the cliff sometimes. So be careful from my end. Anyways, moving on, we have our general evaluator. who is kind of the head of the meeting, who takes care, who makes sure everything goes in proper path. That is our general evaluator Toastmaster Rohit Kumar. He has already been introduced. So Toastmaster Rohit Kumar, please explain your role along with your Just Do It movement and introduce your team. Over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Gaurav Babu. Great introduction to the theme. Thanks for bringing the theme into picture. It's, I think, one of the theme where we all can relate to it, right? Great. So I'll be the G for the day. Okay. So as a general evaluator, I'll be giving a detailed report at the end of the meeting. But then this is a role where I need support. And I believe that I cannot work in isolations. We need to grow together. We need to build a team. That's what I believe in we. I mean, I'm a person who believes in we, not in I. So to support me in this role, I have a tag team. But pardon me for asking this question here, because I could not get the agenda of the tag team here, but I see Toastmaster Mita as a timer. So I'll use my intelligence over here to bring her to the spotlight. And timer is Toastmaster Mita IMSA for this meeting. R counter, can someone help me with the R counter and grammarian role who is going to take for this meeting so that I can quickly introduce them?
We have language evaluator, and that is the combination of the two roles, R counter and grammarian. So that is DTM Sourav Dutta.
Okay. Thank you, Toastmaster Renu, for chiming in. So we have a language evaluator, Toastmaster DTM Sourav Dutta. So I'd like quickly to ask Toastmaster Mita Emsa to quickly introduce the members about the timer role. What is the criteria for, so that everyone is aware of it. So over to you, Toastmaster Mita Emsa.
A very happy evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests. Congratulations for our new installed committee. I am Toastmaster Mita Shah as a timer for today's meeting. And there's a beautiful quote, says, time and tide waits for no one. So we use time wisely. As a timer, I will time the education session, the speaker and the evaluators. I will also alert the speaker for the time they have left using green card. Using green, yellow, and red cards, which denotes time remaining. For education session, I will time, the time is allotted 10 to 15 minutes. So I will time green card at 10 minutes, yellow card at 12 minutes, red card at 15 minutes. And there is a question and answer session where green card is 5 minutes, yellow card at 6 minutes, and red card at 7 minutes. For the speaker, we have a speaker whose time is 3 to 4 minutes. So I'll be showing the green card at 3 minutes, yellow card at 3 minutes 30 seconds, and red card at 4 minutes. For the evaluation, the timing is 2 to 3 minutes. So at 2 minutes, I'll show green card. At 2 minutes 30 seconds, I'll show yellow card. And at 3 minutes, I'll show red card. And the grace period is 30 seconds. I'll share my report when called upon by the general evaluator. Over to you, general evaluator. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Mita Emsa, for giving a clarity on the timer role. So now moving ahead, I'd like to call next distinguished Toastmaster Sourav Dutta to give us insight on the language evaluator role. Over to you, DTM, Sourav Dutta.
Thank you so much. Sorry, was just got a call when you called me. Okay. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests. As the language evaluator, I play a unique role in today's meeting. My job is to focus on how effectively language enhances or detracts us from communication. This role is a thoughtful blend of three traditional responsibilities: our counter, grammarian, and the word master, but with a twist. I will be noting filler words and sounds like like, or repeated words, but only when they interfere significantly with speech clarity or impact. Word usage highlighting both impressive language and areas that could benefit from better choices, especially around pronunciation, sentence construction, and rhetorical devices. And finally, the word of the day. So today's word of the day is zeal, Zeal. It's a noun. And this word actually has usage in several etymological roots, has in several languages it is used, like in French, in Latin, in Greek. You will find usage of this in the past. What does it mean? So it means a great amount of energy, passion, enthusiasm in the pursuit of something. It could be a cause, an ideal, or an objective. An example of this could be that she pursued the Pathways project with unwavering zeal, inspiring the whole team. Or his zeal for public speaking led him to take on every opportunity in Toastmasters without hesitation. Or the officers of the Gabbies worked with such a zeal that every meeting becomes a perfect meeting for learning for the Toastmaster members. So I would encourage all of you to use the word of the day. And if any speaker is using the word of the day, please give the thumbs up as a sign of encouragement. I will share my observations in a concise summary towards the end of the meeting. Back to you, General Evaluator.
Thanks to DTM Sourav Dutta for explaining the role. Indeed, a great combination of multiple roles together. Looking ahead to this entire meeting proceeding. So that's my team. I'll be giving a detailed report at the end of the meeting. What went?
I think you have a listener also, if I'm not wrong, right?
Okay, yeah. So we have a listener, Sree Lakshmi M. Toastmaster Sree Lakshmi M, right?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay.
Toastmaster Rohit. Yeah.
Apologies for since I get this agenda. Okay.
Yeah.
So over to you, Toastmaster Sree Lakshmi M. Please brief your role to the audience. Yeah.
Sure. Greetings, fellow Toastmasters and distinguished Toastmasters today. So as a listener for the day today, and before I get started with my role, so I would just like to mention that active listening is not just about hearing words, it's also about being fully present in today's meeting. So let me see how good you all are as listeners today and how mentally present are you in today's meeting. I would come back with few short questions to test your listening skills and also your zeal in today's meeting when called upon by the General Evaluator. And thank you, and over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sree Lakshmi. Okay, just checking DTM Sourav, we have this ZM, your name in front of that. So
Zoom moderator.
Zoom moderator.
Okay. Thank you. We are into Toastmaster setting, and there are a lot of abbreviations around, so just checking on that. So I think that's the team for today's meeting. And as a G and as a general evaluator, I'll be giving a detailed report once my team share their report, and I'll be also giving a quick observation on what went wrong in the meeting and what could have been improved better from the start to end. So that's my role for the day. Over to TMOD of the day, Gaurav Babu.
Thank you for showing the zeal of our role takers, Toastmaster Rohit. Moving on, we have the most awaited session, that is the educational session, by none other than distinguished Toastmaster Abha Hori on how Toastmasters envisions leadership. So let's know something about her. Hailing from the serene tea estates of North Bengal, Abha brings with her over 25 years rich experience shaped by nature and community. She joined Toastmasters in 2016 and has taken on numerous roles, including area director, division director, and all the 4 district trio positions. She now serves as the district director of District 124. Abba's journey is marked by excellence. She has been a president's distinguished leader at every level and holds the distinction of being the first distinguished Toastmaster from North Bengal. Notably, as club growth director, she made history by chartering the first Toastmasters club in Bhutan. Professionally, she is the vice president of a chain of schools under Sree Academy of Siliguri. Known for her precision and passion, she balances leadership with a love for books. Toastmaster Abba lives with the mantra yesterday is history, tomorrow is a mystery, live life queen sized today. That was a beautiful intro of our educational speaker, distinguished Toastmaster Abba Ori. And let's see what we have to learn from our distinguished Toastmaster today. Can we have the distinguished Toastmaster pin? Yes. Over to you, distinguished Toastmaster Abba.
Hello and good evening to all the Gabbies Toastmasters here. When Sourav reached out to me saying that he would like me to do a session on leadership, I was thrilled because, for me, leadership has almost become addictive. As the TMOD mentioned, I started my journey in 2016. And at that time, we were just one club in Siliguri, and the second one had just about, got the papers ready for that. And at that time, the district director, the division director, the area director, they came down to Siliguri. Now, I don't know how many of you know where Siliguri is. It's a tiny little speck on the map of India, the chicken's neck corridor, as we call it, where North Bengal, Sikkim, Assam, all of it meet. So we were very thrilled because these people had traveled all over from Delhi and Calcutta, and they had come to train us. And at that time, and I was at that time just the sergeant at arms of that new club. And the district director then, I don't know how many of you have done the legacy manuals. So that had a chart where you had Toastmaster, and at the end of it, there was the distinguished Toastmaster with a lot of boxes drawn, which showed you your leadership journey and your communication path, and how both of them, once you complete it, would culminate in you becoming a distinguished Toastmaster. So I was very thrilled. I'm a very goal-oriented person. So I immediately saw from TM to DTM, all I had to do was just tick off those boxes. So when he started explaining it, I realized I have to do 40 speeches. And then I had to complete the CL manual. And thereafter is where I got stuck because I had to be a district officer. So I began to think, me at this age, who's going to even give me these chances? But then I thought, no, why not try? So I told the district director, I said, I want to become an area director, but I don't know how because I stay in Siliguri and we have just 2 clubs and you're telling me we need 4. So he said, I guess you'll have to open another 2. So then I went and opened another 2 clubs. And the following year, I became an area director. The thrill of being an area director, the challenges that I took up, the way I managed the area, how I managed to get every club of my area, I made them win the Golden Gavel. That is where the spark of leadership within me was born. At that time, I was already the principal of a preschool, already a leader. But what I learned in Toastmasters about working in a team building, time management, delegation, keeping the deadlines, working around deadlines, ensuring that we all meet the goal, that is something I don't think even an MBA college could have taught me. Once I became an area director, the bug of leadership had already caught. So then I had decided next year I would become a division director. And I asked around, how do I become a division director? And they said, well, you need another 5 clubs. So now that I'd opened 2 clubs, I knew what to do. So I said, okay, I'll open another 5 clubs. I opened it, and the next year I became a division director. Now what after a division director? We were a very large district at that time, and there was a huge huge chain of people wanting to go up the ladder. So I decided, no, I can't let leadership go. So I approached the district director and I said, I'm willing to work. You tell me where would you like to put me? And he told me, okay, why not? We will put you as an associate program quality director and put me in charge of a mentorship program. That again was really thrilling because I got to interact with people across clubs across the entire district, which at that time comprised Nepal and entire north and northeast India. And that is where I slowly started grooming mentors, and I created a mentor-mentee program. And I thought I had equipped the district in this journey of mine. The following year, I was made the associate club board director. That was something really up my sleeve because I knew the art of doing demos. I knew the art of converting demos into clubs. And I think we did rather well. Thereafter, I said, I can't let go again. I need to now expand my horizon further. At that time, we became with District 124. We split from 41. And that is when the district director entrusted me with the PR team role, the district PR manager. I don't know Canva. I didn't know it then. I don't know it now. But I decided just because I was a DPRM, knowing how to do Canva is no quality or no eligibility criteria. What I needed as a DPRM was to make the team work, to ensure magic happened on the PR stage. And that is exactly what I did. By then, my leadership skills had been honed. So I knew that what I needed was a good team. That is the key to leadership. First and foremost, know who to pick and what role and responsibility are you going to give them. So I scouted around the entire district to find out who would do excellent work as an external PR, who would be my graphic designer, who would start a website. We were a new district. Who would come up with newsletters? And that is slowly, one by one, I put the team together. Another thing I realized is that if I want my team to work, then what I need to do is build a personal connect with each and every person. And what I did as a DPRM has held me in good stead even now. I connected with every PR member in my team. I came to know about their personal lives, whether they were married, unmarried, students, working professionals, had children, didn't have children. So once I made a personal connect, I found it was so easy to enforce deadlines. Because by then, we had become more of friends and we knew each other out. And I felt it very comfortable to discuss my challenges in personal life, professional life with them. So when I could open up with them, they too opened up. And that is where I created a huge team culture to the extent where people in the district knew nobody could lay a finger on any team member of mine. And they said I was like a tigress guarding my clubs. And seriously, I won't allow it. What happened in my team remained in my team, and we all worked together towards whatever goal it was. So maybe somebody was going through something serious on the professional front or personal front, and immediately the other person would pitch in. It didn't require much of pleading or requesting. They just took it up. So everybody worked like that. And that was the year when we started, and we created history by winning all the accolades, by having a fantastic website, by coming up with newsletters every quarter. We really did well, as much as we could. Thereafter, I stood for elections for club board director. That was another huge learning for me. All the leadership skills that I had were put to good use. And I was very proud because from not being distinguished at all, I took the district to President's Distinguished when I was the club board director. The then DD had told me that, well, the number of clubs and the membership payments is your responsibility. And the distinguished clubs is what the PQD will do. At that time, I thought it was rather unfair. Out of the 3 categories, I had 2, and PQD being senior to me had only one thing to look after, which is relatively easy because you just have to, get about 50% of your clubs distinguished when you're there. And here I had a mammoth task from not being distinguished to coming up to, creating a president's distinguished target for myself. But then, as I said, teamwork is equal to dream work, and that's what we did. And sure enough, we were president's distinguished. Now, what happened at that time was, till about a week before, we were short of about 10 clubs to be president's distinguished, and it didn't look like it was happening. So I let go my leash a bit. And unfortunately, on 30th of June, I found out that we actually met the Smedley distinguished target for distinguished clubs. We had, of course, already met the target for payments. All I required was just one club. And that club, I decided, okay, let the other team in the next year open it. We are not in any case reaching Smedley, so why even aim for it? But had I known at that time that we would have met the Smedley distinguished target for distinguished clubs, I would have definitely got that one club there and become a Smedley distinguished. Having done that as a CGD, today that stands me in good stead. I'm the district director. My target is simple. It's Smedley, nothing less, nothing more. I know how to work towards it, and I'll make it happen. That's my leadership for you folks. And now I'm open for any question and answers that you may have.
It just felt like watching a movie of the Toastmasters, distinguished Toastmaster Rory. I mean, the way you have explained it very briefly, very short, and it just took me through the whole process of being a Toastmaster and reaching that leadership position. Now, moving on for the Q&A session, I would like to invite distinguished Toastmaster Sourav Dutta to be the moderator. Can we have distinguished Toastmaster Sourav Dutta pinned onto the screen? Thank you.
Yes. So, okay, so let's start with the Q&A session. We have got a good 15 minutes for the Q&A. So all the new district officers, all the past district officers, aspiring district officers, those who wanted to be a district officer but did not make the cut, did not get selected to become the area director or did not get elected as the division director, anyone, right? So the floor is open. Anyone who's thinking maybe next year I want to apply. So I know DTM Abha very well. She's one person who will never mince words. She loves calling, a spade a spade. So anyone who wants to know how to dig with the spade, bring it on. I have got quite a few questions for you, ma'am, but I'll first wait to see if there are anyone else. Okay. So Kshitija Ravi has a question, ma'am, that how do you maintain momentum of leadership when experiences and challenges you face are not that easy? She's an immediate past president of a club, IPP. So what she's saying is that, how do you maintain the momentum in leadership? Because like, as you mentioned, that you did not become a distinguished or, those kind of things, whenever those things happen, when things don't go as planned, how do you continue to maintain the momentum? That's the question.
See, firstly, a challenge is a challenge. It's never a bed of roses. So first you'll have to understand that if there is a challenge, you just go head on. You'll have to take it up and you'll have to solve it. So if you are really desirous of that goal, if you have the passion and the commitment to lead that goal, the momentum automatically comes. So I'm one person, as I said, I'm very goal oriented. I already know my goal for this year. Come what may, I will work towards it. There's no question of letting up. Challenges will always come.
So you're saying that, be clear about where you're headed and stay put, right?
Don't let your vision.
Okay. Don't let the storm take you off your feet. Okay. There's a question from Samita. What motivates you to keep going?
What
Mita is our
motivates you to
president,
keep
ma'am.
going?
So she's the president of the club. She has just become the president of the Gabby's Online Advanced Toastmasters Club. I'm pretty sure after your speech today, she would be aspiring to become a district officer next term. So I think that's where the question is coming from. By the way, before you answer this question, I should let you know that we have one of your area directors sitting right here, Toastmaster Jaspreet Kaur. So she is an area director with your division director, Manvi. I think she's also listening to this.
Yeah, she was there. We were together at Siliguri where we had a DOTP. Just got over, and she left on Sunday. And I'm sure she really enjoyed it. So what keeps
Absolutely,
me
ma'am.
going?
Absolutely.
What keeps me going? The goal.
The goal.
The goal keeps me going.
Okay.
See, I'll tell you something. I just overheard what distinguished Toastmaster Sourav said, that some of you may not have made it, you never got selected. So my point to you is, did you really want it badly? Because if you want something real bad, you'll really work towards it. At that time, luck nothing else matters. You need to keep your focus all the time. If you're focused and if you have that goal printed in front of you, nothing can deter you.
I think that's a very fair point. What she's saying is that differentiating between good to have and must have. We want it badly.
It's not enough to just want. It's not an apple like, Newton's apple, which will fall into your lap just because you want it. You have to work towards it. So do you really need it badly? I think that is where the crux lies. If you want it real bad, then you work towards it.
There is one question from Gaurav, which says, okay, okay, is that Obishikta?
Yes,
Is that
yes, Sourav, yes.
Obi, you stole my question. Okay. So, okay, Gaurav, I'll first take Gaurav's question. With so many leadership roles you have taken, did you ever feel burnout? And, how do you overcome this? Did you feel burnout in the first place? If not, then you don't need to answer the second part of the question.
I've never felt burnt out.
So she was so passionate about it, Gaurav. She can. There's so much to. There's a long way to go after the district director. Also, I'm pretty sure she is all geared up.
Oh, that I don't know. That I don't know. When I started off, I was happy being an AD. Then I was happy being a deputy. Then I was happy being a ACGD. I was happy being a APQD. The paths it just so happened the path opened up and I walked the path. Once I decide to do something, I will do it.
Okay, the next question.
I don't know what I'll do next year. Whether I'll go for any other position, I've not thought of it. This is my year. I'm going to work this year. Next year, I'll see what I have to do.
Live in the moment. Okay, so the next question is from Rajnikant Reddy, ma'am. Rajnikant Reddy is the area director of Area B1, District 92. So he is one of our district officers. So Rajni's question is, how did you manage to have personal connect when most of the members are new? And also not everyone is ready to be connected personally. So how do you handle that?
So, well, let's say this year, the way we do our elections over here, I created a Google sheet where I wanted everyone to fill in about why they want to be a district area director with other roles and responsibilities. And then I had a team which set up the questionnaires and they did the interviews and then they gave me the results. And then I had a one-on-one with every division director and asked them, okay, these are the results. Now you choose your area director, because end of the day, you're the one who has to work with them. So when they gave me the list of area directors, then I had a call with them. So during the call, I kept asking them what they do, where they stay. And that's how every call lasted about minimum half an hour, because I shared where I was, how many children I have, what do I do in my personal life. And then I started, I made it seem very, very friendly so that I came to know them. And now this time when we had our DOTP on Friday, I connected with them. I remembered what each one of them said, whose mother was unwell, whose child was small, who was just in college. And I just carried forward the conversation from there.
Okay.
I think that's what Toastmasters teaches you, right?
Yes. Ma'am, the next question is from Obishikta. A little bit about Obishikta. Obishikta was a division director. When I was the division director of Division B, Obishikta was the division director of Division C. She also has had a podium finish in all the 3 formats of the contest this year. So she was the second runner-up in table topic, in evaluation, and in international speech contest. Prolific speaker. And she has recently moved to Calcutta, looking for a club to join in Calcutta, ma'am. So,
oh wow, how nice.
Yeah. So Abhishekta's question is, and you'll feel a little bit coming from the heart. Have you ever lost any district elections due to politics, despite working very hard? If yes, did you ever feel it was not worth it? If no, what is your message to those who have lost district elections due to politics?
Every election is political. There can be no election and there can be no leadership where politics is not there. So I think the first and foremost thing is for us to accept it. Politics exist. It is how you deal with it that matters. Having said that, no, I haven't not lost any elections. I've fought elections. They've been very close. And my CGD election, I won by 5 votes. So that is how close it was. For people who lose elections, I always tell them, come into elections prepared to lose. And then if you lose, don't sit and cry over it. Just come back stronger. At the most, you just lost in elections. What's so great about it? You win some, you lose some. You should have that grit and the determination to go ahead. But, leadership is not rosy. Leadership is lonely at the top. And there is bound to be politics. You can't just hide away from it. None of us are living in an ideal scenario. Everybody hunky-dory, I love you, you love me. No, it doesn't happen like that. You just have to learn to deal with it.
Okay, ma'am, before I move to the next question, Mita, I think it's something a little off in terms of the timer because we have time till 8:45. We still have got another 5 minutes to go. Okay, so we can keep the green card on or the yellow card on maybe. You can put the red card up when we are at 8:45. Okay, so the next question is from Sunil. How did you successfully build teamwork within your team despite disputes? It is impossible for me to bring. Basically, what he's saying is that bringing all 4 members of his family on the same page is difficult. And I think it's a cue from your previous response, right? That even within our personal space, there's so much of politics, right? I think maximum politics happens within family, right? So forget about district politics and also. He's saying that how do you, resolve disputes?
See, I would say disputes or maybe conflicts. Conflicts can never be resolved. Conflicts can be managed. So firstly, stop thinking you are God or you're the chief judge where you're going to resolve it. It doesn't happen like that. You'll need to manage it. So in a team, firstly, you have to keep the team very close together. The moment I find that there could be some friction, I immediately call the 2 people and I tell them, okay, I'm sitting here, thrash it out. Whatever you have to say to each other, just say it, get it out of your system. Let's hear. Maybe the other person has a valid point, and then we just move on from there. It's okay to disagree. It's okay to disagree. You need to agree to disagree. So first you have to, as a leader, you should know the pulse of your team. Who is facing what issues with who, personal, professional, exactly what's happening. So, you cannot just, let us say right now I have a team, the entire district is my team. I just can't be sending a message, good morning, this is the vision for the day, I need this done, I need that done. No, that doesn't work like that. You need to be able to call people, connect with them. In fact, I just told my district leaders the other day, stop being messengers. Stop just posting a message from one group to the other. Work done. No, it doesn't work like that. you need to call, you need to connect. Once you build that team and once you're there for them and once you stand up for them and you don't hear any nonsense about them from anybody, you don't discuss your team with anybody, you don't discuss personalities, you'll have your team eating out of your hand.
So, ma'am, I think the next question is kind of related to your response. So this is by DTM Harish Bilgi. He's from the Middle East, a very regular guest in our meeting, so we know him very well. In Toastmasters, we often hear about servant leadership style, which emphasizes humility and service over control. But he says in your address, you mentioned about being very possessive about your clubs and members. In fact, you also mentioned now that you bring them to the table, so you not let them, being a moderator there. So his question is, do you feel this approach risks crossing into overprotectiveness, potentially conflicting with the core ethos of servant leadership? Like, how much is too much when it comes to intervention?
I don't mean I intervene. I never intervene. What I mean to say is, if I find that there is friction within my team, I would bring the team members together, because more often than not, it is more of a case of misunderstanding. So when you bring them together and you give them a platform to speak their hearts out, it really works. That's what you do at home also, right? You have your two children fighting over something silly and both of them not on talking terms. You just call them and you tell them that, why don't you speak to each other? It'd be better. And I don't think it is, I have overstepped. And servant leadership is not about, resolving or managing conflict. When we talk of servant leadership, it means leading selflessly without expecting anything in return. And I think that is where a lot of district leaders, they somehow think that leadership positions give them power and a name and a fame, whereas leadership positions give you responsibility and you are supposed to be accountable for it. So that is where service leadership is, where you understand that you as a leader are accountable for every member, every club. Because let us not forget, we are here to serve clubs. We are here to serve members. We are not here to serve ourselves. We have to be approachable. We have to go forward. We have to support. There's a very thin line, between interference and support. And it all depends on how you frame it, how you come forward. Maybe you're actually interfering, but if you know how to put it across, it will sound as if you're really supporting. So a lot depends on us, how we walk the tightrope between interference and support. And service leadership is not about managing conflict. Service leadership means pure service without expecting anything in return.
Expecting a little bit of credit and a lot of blame. Ma'am, one last question, and this is my question, because we are almost on time. When we make leadership decisions, right, in the corporate, we use something like a skill will metrics, right? How high you on the skill and how high are you on the will? And based on that, we take a decision that whether you are ready for this role. Somewhere I feel that in Toastmaster, we over-index on the will part and under-index on the skill part. So I'll give you an example. Like if a district is not a distinguished district, or has not done well in a program year, in a corporate, if it is in a corporate setup, the district leaders for that particular year would probably not even have a job next year. In Toastmaster, you will see the same people moving on to higher roles, despite this year they're not being able to meet the numbers. So is that okay? Or are we promoting mediocrity, where your output does not at all matter, and what matters is that you are ready to show up?
So I'll tell you something. This is something I tell all the area directors, I tell all the division directors, never ever choose a friend in your team. Either your friendship will flounder or the work won't get done. You have to be able to read each and every person, understand what that person is bringing to your table. At times, you will not take your friends. I don't want to specify, but there is a mentor of mine who's not part of my team. I know him too well. And I know it will be difficult for me to make him deliver. So he's not part of my team. Because if I want a team that delivers, I need to have people who are committed, who will work for the cause, irrespective whether they like me or not. I have people in my team who never voted for me when I was seated. Point blank, they never voted for me. And yet they are a part of my core team. So we as leaders, we should understand you don't want friends around you. You don't want to be a sycophant, right? You want to be a person who's going to actually do the work and make it happen. So when you want to do that, I think we need to stop looking for people who are going to glorify us, people who are going to clap, people who are going to take out posters, people who are going to write lines and lines and lines about how they love us and about how they think we are great. So I think when you're a leader, the last thing you need is sycophants. So choose wisely. Team selection is very, very important and cannot be based on friendship and equations. You have to create those equations all over again.
I mean, I'm just flabbergasted by your maturity. And this last portion we can record and can probably make a part of all DOTPs. Because that is, no, seriously, because I have seen most leadership decisions being made based out of friendship, right? And here you're telling not take your friends in a leadership role, and such a mature comment, and hats off to you, man. I
In
think.
fact, I would, when you were there, Sourav, I don't know whether you met Satyadev Basu when you came for exuberance. Did you meet Satyadev?
Yeah, I did.
Satyadev Basu is a person who will talk straight. And many people don't like that because he will just go and rip you apart if you're not doing things the right way. I call him my reality check. And he's part of my core team. And I have absolutely no problems if he stands up in a room full of people and corrects me. And he does it regularly. And I have absolutely no problem with it. And I keep telling him, you're my reality check. And I tell everyone, you must have somebody who's your reality check, who'll keep you grounded and make you do the work the way it should be done.
Thank you, ma'am. I guess I'm the Satyadev Basu of District 92 and my district leadership.
How nice. How nice.
With this, I would hand over the stage back to the Toastmaster of the day. Thank you so much, DTM Abha, for taking up this education session. There's a lot that I learned, and I'm feeling a lot more inspired and clear about the vision.
Thank you so much for having me over. I wish I could have stayed longer, but I saw a question, how do you manage personal life? So right now I need to manage personal life. My husband's dinner time was 8:30. I'm already late. So I'll take leave now.
Yeah. Over to you, Gaurav.
Thank
So
you
let's
so
put
much.
our hands together for our educational speaker, distinguished Toastmaster Abba, and the moderator, distinguished Toastmaster Sourav, Dutta. Thank you for such a structured Q&A session, both of you. And I don't know how, I think the theme of today just matches very well with what distinguished Toastmaster Abba had for us, right? It was just so perfect, and this wasn't planned at all. So moving on, we'll be going for a 5-minute break. So before that, I think some of our role takers missed out on giving their just do it moments. So after this break, the stage is open for every one of us, right? We'll have the just do it moment stage open for everyone. So in this 5 minutes break, I would like you guys to have a thought about your best times where you just went out doing what you wanted, and we'll have 2 to 3 minutes. We'll have about 3 to 4 speakers talking about their just to do moments, and we'll have a poll for that too in the end. So let's do it. Let's just do it, and We will be back by 8:55 p.m. Thank you. See you soon.
Can you give the host rights? Then I can play some music while we are on break. Co-host rights to me. Who's the host?
Priya.
Priya, can you make me the co-host or give the screen sharing right? One of the host or host can give the screen sharing right here.
Well, I'm not able to do it. I tried doing it earlier also. I can't find that option here.
Okay.
I think the host is able to do it, not the co-host, what has to be done? Sorry.
Make me the co-host.
Sourav has.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, sure. I'll just do that. You're the co-host now, Sourav.
Welcome back, Toastmasters and guests. I hope you're ready for Just Do It movement. Let's recall all of your Just Do It movements, and can we have quick raise of hands who is up for taking up the challenge? I'm sure every one of you have had your best do it, just do it moments. So first, we already have Toastmaster Sachin Jaiswal. And next, do we have anyone else? Just do it, guys. Just do it. So let's follow that today.
Yeah, Toastmaster Gaurav,
Okay.
Ashwini this side.
Yes, Toastmaster, yeah.
Yeah, so I would like to just go back to the theme itself reminded me the decision that I took after my college. So I am an engineer
Okay.
by education, and I did my engineering from one of the renowned colleges where I had got a good opportunity to work with corporate. But I was always passionate to work with in the social space, and I had already got the exposure as working as a volunteer. So in the moment when I had to decide between joining corporate and NGO, I'm not really sure what went in my mind back then, but I just did it, and today I am here with 6 years of experience in the social impact sector, and I don't have any regrets, and I really enjoy what I do on an everyday basis. And yeah, that's something that reminds me by the theme, just do it.
So, okay, I'll try now. Very recently, I was one of the
Who is this? Sorry,
Yes,
who
Sachin.
is this?
Sachin.
Sachin. Okay,
Yeah,
please go
hope
ahead.
you can hear me. Yeah. So very
Yeah.
recently, I was a panelist in one of the Economic Times CFO, webinar, seminar, where I was called to speak on medium and small scale enterprises. And when I reached there, I saw the top, among the panelists, they were top-notch CFOs of India. 4 panelists were there. And when I was called on the dais, I got to know that Economic Times editor was about to ask the questions, all the questions. So I got a little bit nervous at that point of time. But then he started asking questions, and I said, "We have to do it. I have to do it. Just do it." And then somehow I answered all these questions among a very elite crowd and managed to do well.
That's amazing, Toastmaster Sachin Jaiswal and Toastmaster Ashwini. I mean, the step you have taken to join an NGO instead of, an MNC. That so many of us wouldn't have taken, and that's one amazing step you have taken. And all the best for you. Next, we have our VPE Toastmaster Renu Kaushal with her hands raised. Over to you.
Yeah. Okay, today I'm reminded of the day when I joined my speechcraft program, right? So when I got to know about the speechcraft program, I was not very sure that I wanted to do it, but then I just did it. And as you can see today, I am in Toastmasters for almost 2 years now, and today in XCOM for my second term. So yes, just do it does work. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Renu. Even I remember the last year. I took almost 6 months to even join Toastmasters, and I can't even imagine me being here the last year. I wouldn't have been speaking like this the last year. That's a drastic change, and I see where you are coming from. So, do we have anyone else who would like to go ahead with their just do it moments? Anyone? I'm sure all of you have one. Just go, just do it. I see Toastmaster Samita smiling.
Toastmaster just
Yes, please go ahead.
raise the hand.
Okay, my bad. Okay. Over to you, Toastmaster Jaspreet.
Yes, so many big things told by many people, but I have just very small thing to say. When there is a function or a wedding coming up, not many expenditures happening. I want to purchase a dress. So I tell myself, just please, just do it. Go ahead, purchase that. Everything else will keep on happening. So that is my just do it moment. Over to you, Gaurav.
Thank you, Toastmaster Jaspreet. I think I relate a lot to you. Getting dressed is a headache for me. I have to make up my mind before getting something. So thank you for that. We have had 4 speakers sharing your just do it moment. And moving on, let's move on to the next section, that is the speech section. So the speaker for today is Toastmaster Kala, and her evaluators are Toastmaster Sunil Gupta and Toastmaster Sachin Jaiswal. Can the evaluators confirm their presence?
Yes, we are there.
Yes, we are there.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. So the path the Toastmaster Kala would be giving is leadership and development, level 3, and project number is elective 2. And the name of the project is Social Speech. And the objective is to practice delivering social speeches in front of club members. Timer, please note the duration is 3 to 4 minutes. And are you ready, Toastmaster Kala?
Yeah, sure, I'm ready. Am I audible and visible?
Yes, you are clearly audible and visible.
Okay, thank you.
Toastmaster Kala, woman to achiever. Woman to achiever, Toastmaster Kala.
A woman is like a tea bag. We do not know how strong she is until she dip in. Good evening, Toastmasters, fellow Toastmasters, and my dear guests. Today, I feel honored to speak about a woman who rose from forests of Odisha to Rashtrapati Bhavan. It's not an history, it's a poetry written with struggle, strength, and silent sacrifice. Yes, today I am going to speak about our Honorable first tribal woman president of India, Draupadi Murmu. This name echoes each corner of our country as a symbol of hope and dignity. Draupadi Murmu, born in Uparbeda village of Odisha. She studied under the dim light of Latin. Before she became president, she was working as a teacher, social worker, counselor, MLA, governor of Jharkhand. Finally, she became the president of India. In all these positions, Draupadi Murmu was not enjoyed her position by sitting in AC room.
Instead, she tried to mingle with the people, she tried to solve their problems, she strived for a better life. But life tested her in different dimensions. She lost her husband, she lost her two sons. But she did not lose her courage, confidence. Pain and tears become her strong power. She overcome all her obstacles with confidence and courage. Finally, she became the president of India. Dear Toastmasters, the entire story gives us two main messages. To achieve something great in this country, we no need to born with a silver spoon. And if world gives us pain, we no need to give up. Here, Draupadi Murmu, she has not just achieved, she made path for millions and billions of boys and girls. Hats off to our Honorable President Draupadi Murmu. Thank you and forward to you.
A lovely speech, Toastmaster Kala, and thank you for reminding us for having such a great president, that is President Murmu, Draupadi Murmu, and I think even she followed the same rule. Just do it. She had nothing, but right now, you know where she sits. She is the president of India. So moving on, we have our general evaluator all set and ready to evaluate us, evaluate our meeting today, and give us the path for making this lot better in the next meeting. So over to you, general evaluator.
Thank you, TMOD Gaurav Babu. In Toastmasters, feedback is our fuel, and it helps us transform good speakers into great communicators or leaders. Today, think of me as a mirror reflecting not just a smile, but also helping highlighting the spots where we can shine even brighter. So with that, I would like to go with the I would like to go ahead, but then I like to call my team first to give their detailed report. So I'll call timer for the day, Toastmaster Mita Shah.
Yeah, sorry, we have two evaluators
Okay.
and then time of it.
Sure. So before we move ahead with the tag team report, I'd like to call the evaluator for today's speech, evaluator Sunil Gupta first, Toastmaster Sunil Gupta, to share his report. Over to you, Toastmaster Sunil Gupta.
Thank you, General Evaluator. Kala, Woman to Achieve. The project addresses that you need a skill to compose a social speech. And today I must say that you have the skill. You can compose, you can write a social speech. And I could see a high level zeal when you are presenting your speech and your character. You selected the character, the first president, Draupadi Murmu. And I could realize and I could notice that no, you did a depth research about her life, that she was working as a teacher in her initial career, and she lost her husband, but she didn't give up. And you describe lot of positive qualities, positive characteristics to honor our first president, woman president, Miss Draupadi Murmu. And another thing, I commend you for your clear message that you don't need a silver spoon to achieve something great. Rather, you need hard work. So the clarity of message, I really appreciate. I have some recommendations for you that when you were describing the positive qualities to honor the president, I thought that if you could have resonated those qualities with your life, the speech could have gone on another level. What kind of qualities you have a dearth of in your life? So overall, it was a well organized and impressive speech. You described positive qualities and everything about our President Draupadi Murmu. But however, if you could resonate, if you could have resonated those qualities with your life, your speech could have been better on a greater level. I look forward to listening to your second speech. I think it's your first speech of that project. So I look forward to listening to your second speech. Thank you. Over to you, General Editor.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sunil. Now I'd like to call second evaluator for the day, Master Sachin Jaiswal, to say his evaluation report. Over to you, Toastmaster Sachin.
Thank you, Rohit Kumar, Toastmaster Rohit Kumar, and special evening to Toastmaster Kala for an outstanding speech, simply outstanding speech. And I must, every speech has got an intro, body, and conclusion. And she started with a sentence: "Woman is like a tea pack." What a start! And she immediately grabbed my attention. I'm sure she has grabbed the attention of everyone in the meeting. Then in the body spoke about the life of President Murmu, the challenges she has faced in her life. Her husband and two sons died, and then how she came back, fought and came back, and the conclusion, which was a very apt conclusion, that you don't need to be born with a silver spoon, and world will give you pain, but no need to give up. Just get up and fight. So what a conclusion. So overall, intro, body, and conclusion were very well done, and it's a very well researched content, Toastmaster Kala. Now, on some of the areas where you really excelled, one is the vocal variety. You used your voice modulation in a very good way, and you are very expressive. Your facial expression, it showed everything, and you're very expressive with that. Now, gestures, you used your hand in a very beautiful way to express what you wanted to convey, which came very well. And word of choice was really good. Some good research was dim light of lantern, and that was really, beautiful choice of words. Now, language was also quite appropriate, and you delivered with lot of energy. So really a great speech. Then in the areas of improvement, I Toastmaster Sunil already has pointed out the points. Apart from that, I don't see much areas of improvement, and overall I see a great speech delivered, a very well researched speech. Over to you, Toastmaster Kala, and over to you, Toastmaster G of the day.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sachin. Thanks for sharing your report. Now it's time for our team to share their report. So I'd like to call timer for the day, Toastmaster Mita Emsa, to share her report for today's meeting. Over to you, Toastmaster Mita.
Yes, like our speaker one, like evaluator one has taken 3 minutes 35 seconds. Evaluator two has taken 2 minutes 20 seconds. And the speaker Kala has taken 3 minutes 8 seconds.
Okay. Thanks for the saying the report timer, Toastmaster Mita Amsa. Now I'd like to call language evaluator for today's meeting, TTM Sourav Dutta, to say his report. Over to you, TTM Sourav.
Yeah, give me 1 second, please.
Sure, sure.
Just getting this one ready. So let me know if you can see my screen. You can see my
Yes,
screen, right?
yes. Can see your screen, yes.
Yeah. Is it still visible? No, right?
We can see the Excel report.
Can you see the Excel now? Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
So, the first, the essay and the PO, I joined a little late. I couldn't capture these two roles. And I've only made note of the ones where there is some significant recommendations or commendations that I need to talk about. So first I'll talk about DTM ABA ORI. Am I audible clearly?
Yes, yes, you are.
So DTM ABA ORI had quite a few good usage of rhetorical devices. Like, she used anaphora where she said, I didn't know Canva. I didn't know it then. I don't know it now. So I don't. So this is an example of the usage of anaphora, where you use that for having more emphasis on something in terms of continuity over a timeline or over different context. I didn't go to Goa. I didn't go to Bangalore. I didn't go to Calcutta. You say it like this, it's anaphora. Parallelism, where she is using something in one context in a different context. Like I knew the art of doing demos, right? Based on her previous experience in whatever job she's doing. And then she said, I knew the art of converting demos into clubs. So I knew the art of doing demos. I knew the art of converting demos into clubs. It's a parallel that she's drawing. Rhetorical question where you ask a question which you are not expecting an answer from the audience. So now what after a division director? Then she used antithesis, knowing how to do Canva is no eligibility criteria. What I needed was to make the team work. So if you see, the first part of it is talking about something negative, and then she's saying it is not a criteria. And then she is explaining what does she need to play the role of the DPRM. Then she used a metaphor to ensure magic happened on the PR stage. So magic happened. There's no literally now any magic is not happening. She's not a magician. She's not a PC Sarkar. She's using that as figurative. Then she used a very nice phrase, which is kind of a wordplay or pun. We also call it paramonopasia, which ways teamwork makes the dream work. And this is one phrase that I wanted to call out. So I didn't notice any particular recommendation that I would want to call out for her. Now, when it comes to Kala, there are two pronunciations I would want to particularly call out. One is honored. It's honored and not honored. H is silent here. And most importantly, Draupadi Murmu. Mispronouncing the surname of a public figure, that to the President of India, that to the hero of your story, that actually needs a lot of caution. So this is something that I would want you to be very careful. Draupadi Murmu and not Draupadi Marma. And some of the rhetorical devices that Kala used, and she used an alliteration: struggle, strength, and silent sacrifice. Alliteration is when you have three words which are all starting with the same letter. Then she said she used an anaphora again. She lost her husband. She lost her two sons. If you see, she lost, she lost. Then she used a antithesis. Like pain and tears became a strong power. So pain and tears generally make us weak, right? It's a sign of weakness. But it's an antithesis because it's saying pain and tears did not make her weak. It made her strong. Then she used a metaphor, not history. It's a poetry. So that's this one. Now, in terms of noteworthy phases, the one that she used is an effective imagery, where she talks about the forest of Orissa to Rashtrapati Bhavan. That was an effective imagery. Now, there were several areas of improvement, but one that I would want to particularly call out. She said it's not a history, it's a poetry. So articles a and an are not used before uncountable nouns like history or poetry, because you can't count history, right? Or you can't count poetry. So you don't use articles before uncountable nouns. Gaurav, I did not find anything substantial to comment on, neither in terms of commendation nor recommendation. Same with Rohit up until now. Sunil, there are a couple of recommendations for you. So you said you selected the character, the first president. Now, when you say character, it sounds like a fictional person. A better usage would be a public figure or a leader or a personality, something like this. And then you said that I could realize and I could notice that you did a depth research. It has to be in-depth research. But the second one, I think it's okay. I mean, this in-depth and depth is very close, but this character thing is something for all of us to learn. We many a time say that, he's a very inspirational character. The word character is generally associated with something fictional, not with something in real. So if you're talking about your leader, better to use a different word. So that's my language evaluator report. I did not notice any significant usage of ahs, arms, etc., which was disturbing, and no one used the word of the day zeal. Thank you. Back to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you, distinguished Toastmaster Sourav Dutta, for a thorough report. Now I'd like to call listener for today's meeting, Toastmaster Sree Lakshmi, to share her report.
Sure. Yes, now it's time to test your listening skills. So before we get started, I would like to quickly mention. So if the question is related to you and especially to our evaluators, if the question is related to your speaker, please refrain from answering those questions. So the first question, where is our educational speaker, DTM Aba Ori from?
Siliguri.
Yes, that's correct. Which Toastmaster was called recently for a panel discussion?
Aba. DTM Aba.
It's a panel discussion.
Yeah, she had come, no, for panel discussion.
Sachin, Toastmaster Sachin.
Sourav Dutta.
It was Toastmaster Sachin. What was the speech title of Toastmaster Kala?
Woman to Achiever.
Woman to Achiever.
Yes, that's correct. Which law did DTM Aba mention in a session? She mentioned a law specifically.
Servant leadership?
No, it's Newton's law.
Okay.
Yes. How many clubs was DTM Aba short of to be a distinguished club?
One.
Okay, that's correct. Yeah, thank you. And all were good listeners and very attentive in today's session. Thank you, and over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sree Lakshmi. Now it's time for a detailed report. Please bear with me for a few minutes. So it's my absolute honor to serve as the General Evaluator for today's meeting for a club that has not only set bar high, but continues to raise it term after term. Good to see that meeting started bang on time, 7:30 dot. I have been part of many meetings and I've seen that there is a kind of delay of at least 1 or 2 minutes of time. But then it's good to see that meeting, that too online, being so punctual and disciplined. So kudos to each member of the Gabby's Online Toastmaster Club for that. Meeting started with a very powerful, I would say, note by Sergeant at Arms Priya Singh. Very well done in terms of the way she took up the stage by setting the tone through that poetic opening. Toastmaster Priya Singh, amazing start for the meeting. It's not that you are only setting the ground rules, but then you also make sure that the audience, the members, the guest, everyone feel have that sense of togetherness, and that contest setting is very much important, and that makes the meeting more interactive. I love the way you welcome the immediate past president, Toastmaster Smriti. That shows the bond we share, you know, as a club members and beyond that. Also love the gesture shown by Toastmaster Smriti when she took up the stage and she took the time to greet you. And I was very much liking the fact that how that bond is there among the members. So full on point to SA for the day, Toastmaster Priya Singh. Amazing job done. Would love to see such role keep coming in all the clubs because these are the roles people often feel that sergeant at arms, timer, and they can change the course of the meeting. For me, it was one of the kind of role today.
Thank you.
Toastmaster Smriti, immediate past president. I personally feel that in paper you will be a immediate past president or VP, etc. But then the kind of legacy you build in that set the tone for the upcoming XCOM team, and I can feel that through your opening note today, the way you know talk about your club, the members, and I can sense that feeling that the kind of effort has been put behind this entire team, which is now going to take the new term for this 6 months from July to December, which means that you have tried to incorporate that feeling to each members. What is this role mean to not only for them, but as an individual, but also for the members of the club, and every member is looking up to that. So giving a kind of that opening note to the members, and that too in the club installation ceremony really motivates the member, and love the way you have jotted out the key points, and it was very, very well done. And again, thanks to you for showing that gesture to the SA, which was a very nice moment of the day. Coming to the TMOD, the MC of the day, the person who takes the maximum stage time, but then the biggest challenge for the TMOD is to keep that theme intact throughout the meeting. Toastmaster Gaurav Babu not only introduced the theme, but the way he started his role was amazing. He engaged the audience by asking questions. Just do it. How many of you in your life has been part of that journey? One thing which I like about him is not only in the start of the meeting, he was talking about the theme, trying to share those stories, but also after that 5 minutes of break, when we came back, he again engages the audience with the theme. So usually what happens, we as a human being have a very less span of attention time, typically 8 seconds, right? And then bringing your mind back to the theme of the meeting is a challenge. And how beautifully, how he has done that today was commendable. So very well done, Toastmaster of the day, Gaurav Babu, not only engaging the members, but also taking a moment to appreciate the guest speaker for today, DTM Abha Ori. When she gave her session for the day, I will come to her later. The way TMOD has, talked about her entire speech section was again a great gesture. As a TMOD, it's important to make your guest speaker or the member feel welcome, right? And that was on point done by Toastmaster of the day, Gaurav Babu. Very well done. It shows the kind of zeal we as a member, bring in the meeting room. Coming to the speeches, I'll come to the speaker later, but then I'll start with the educational session by DTM Ava Ori. So since ma'am is not here, but I'll take a moment to appreciate her. It was a great learning for me. I believe that for folks, most of the folks in the online will resonate with that. The way she started sharing her journey of leadership, right? How she talked about the art of converting demos into club, or when she was talking about how she aced the DPRM role. One key point where in that journey was how she made the personal connect and get the work done. That is a quality of leader. So talk about the leadership role, that leadership position gives you responsibility and accountability. And that is where she called it a servant leadership. It's not only about the badges and title we hold with us, right? She talked about that. There was one question from the audience, and she said that what keeps you moving? That was the question, and she said goal keeps you going. And one liner, but that's a biggest takeaway for all of us sitting in the room. What keeps you driving in your life? What keeps you going? That's goal is very much important. Again, after that amazing session, a nice Q&A moderated by our DTM Sourav Dutta. Amazingly done in terms of passing on those beautiful set of questions from the chat box and conveying to the esteemed speaker for day was great. Because sometimes what happens when you simply pass on the questions, it's become a very monotonous dialogue, right? The way you draft those questions and then pass on to the speaker, it makes difference. So I was very minutely observing that how nicely DTM Sourav Dutta has done it. So again, very well done, distinguished Toastmaster Sourav Dutta, for moderating that session. Now, coming to the speaker Kaladi, although the evaluator has given their report, I'll just have one feedback for her. So your speech time was 3 to 4 minutes. I personally feel that sometimes what happened, we try to complete our speech in a way, at the moment the green card is shown up. Though you have 1 minute of time, right, and then 2 30-second of buffer time, you can leverage that time. You never know that the content you wanted to wrap it up, you can just deliver it, because 3 to 4 minutes is a time where which was I think part of your project today, but somewhere I feel like she ended up her speech shortly. If you can leverage that time, try to build on some more real-time stories, or the way Toastmaster Sachin said that you can resonate some key learning from our president of the country, then it will be great to, it will give an edge to your speech. Coming to the role takers for today. I mean, I always say that this is not me doing the detailed report here. It's through my team, which has been part of this journey, for helping me, assisting me in today's report. So timer, Toastmaster Mita, thank you for saying the report, timing report, and very well done. I mean, timer is a role I always say that it seems very easy, but then you have to be like there throughout the meeting from start to end, and observing all the speakers or the evaluators, how they're whether they're being on time or not. So that's very difficult to capture those moments, and you have to be very much attentive. So thank you for that. Just one quick note of feedback from mine, that I don't know whether we were able to time the educational session. Was it part of this agenda or not? I could not hear from you. I only heard about Kaladi. So if you could also share those the report for speaker DTM Ava, it would have been great for the audience to understand what was the time taken, right? Else everything was bang on. Coming to the language evaluator. First of all, I would like to give a applaud for DTM Sourav Dutta. It was a very thorough report. I would say, playing a role which is a very unique in nature. I have usually seen tag team role for a G who's assisting their timer or counter grammarian, but then DTM Sourav Dutta, the way he has given the feedback to all the speakers and the role taker in that Excel file with different grammar tool, shows the depth in knowledge he possesses. So kudos to DTM Sourav Dutta. I would just say one thing, that very well done. This kind of roles should be demoed in the other club meeting also, to create a sense of knowledge sharing, that how Toastmaster can bring that creative angle in terms of the role which we are playing. So a big round of applause for DTM Sourav Dutta for bringing that aspect in today's meeting. Very well done. Coming to listener for the day, Toastmaster Sree Lakshmi. Again, sorry if I can hear some echo from background. Thank you. So Toastmaster Sree Lakshmi, again, a role which is, I would say, a great role to be part of. Listener. Typically, no one wants to be listener. We always want to be in the mode of giving speeches and then keep talking, talking and talking. But then listening Toastmasters gives you a chance and also takes you a time how proactive we were in the entire meeting from the start to end. It's not only that people are waiting for their own term to give their speeches and then switching on the off the camera and then that's it. Boss, my job is done. No, you have to be a good listener in order to be a good speaker. And the way she noted down the questions, key questions, or the statements from the speakers, educational speakers, or the other speaker and role taker was great. Such role help you to be alert, and try to this is also one thing that you are respecting the person who is taking the stage by giving your ear and listening to their wording. So very well done, Toastmaster Sri Lakshmi. Thank you for taking up the role. And pardon me, because today I was a bit unaware of the agenda, so could not recognize you in the early start of the meeting. But
Sure,
very
sure.
well
No
done.
worries. Thank you.
Now, I just said that Gabby Online Toastmaster Club is setting bar term by term. But then we as a human being, we are not perfect, right? There are certain areas we can improve on. One area of improvement which I see personally from today's meeting was absence of the ExCom members in the meeting. It could be some personal reason, which is totally fine. But then, since it's an online meeting club installation, even for the starting of 30 minutes, if they could have be in the part of the meeting and witnessing that oath ceremony, it would have been a great feeling because this is something which happened once in 6 months. And I would personally encourage that ExCom members, ExCom officers should be part of that installation ceremony, so that because members are looking up to you and you guys are the torch bearer for this term, and a lot of expectations and responsibilities, as DTM Abha already said. So that is one thing which I think was bit missing usually, which is not the case with the Gabbies. But then apart from it, I think a great to see the zeal by each members, role takers, speakers, and evaluators for the entire meeting. Very well done. And thank you once again for allowing me to serve this role of general evaluator for your club. Thank you. With this, I will hand over to TMOD for the day, Gaurav Babu. Over to you.
Thank you for putting out your evaluation in such a beautiful manner, Toastmaster Rohit. Just do it. I think we are all already doing it. If you are here right in the meeting, you have already just done it. Taking that additional step to improve upon your communication style, just communication in random. That's one step I have been lagging, and I know it's not easy to take that step. And you have already, all of us have been doing it. So I think it's time to just clap for ourselves for taking this step, right? So I think we have to clap for ourselves for that. So coming to the end of the meeting, I would like to invite our very newly elected president, Toastmaster Samita, to carry forward the meeting. Over to you.
Thank you. Thank you. Let's hear it for our Toastmaster of the day. What a beautiful theme you had chosen today. Just do it. Yes, we always think of why to do, how to do, when to do, and then suddenly we just do it. I request everyone, the polls are up. Please just vote for your favorite speaker. So today's meeting, right from the educational session, so much learning we had. The best part, what I felt was that she gave us a step by step of how she has gone from area director, division director, and what keeps her motivated. That is something which we needed to learn from her today. Wonderful session we had. Now, I see guest Rajnikant. If you can please unmute, and you were there throughout the meeting, sir. If you can speak something about the meeting.
Thank you, Saptarkar, and it was really good, good session and educational session. There are more insights from district director from D124, if I'm not mistaken that number. So it was really good insights, and I'm happy, and I have good learnings from the session, how the evaluations that are happening. I wanted to incorporate this session, these learnings in my club as well. So whenever, as I mentioned earlier, whenever possible, I would like to attend and have these learnings. Thank you, and I would congratulate all the new club officers and all the best to your future endeavors. Thank you.
Thank you so much for your kind words, and thank you. We will definitely work hard for the session that we are elected for. As in our Gabbies, we have this moments of wows and woes. So today, I can say that we had a lot of wow moments, especially in our education session. The very fact that she told us that the reality check person, don't keep your friends, keep someone who can talk about, and that's the reality check that she had, was a wonderful wow moment for us to keep in our mind and remember of that. There are certain places where we could have done better, that the timer card for the educational session, there was some miscommunication and that was not shown properly. We will be working on it, and we will be doing better next time. Coming to this session, we have our polls going on. All of you, please vote for your favorite persons. Now, where, where is anyone else who wants to share about the session that we had today? Educational session that we have. Anyone has anything to share?
One quote I heard from some time back. If you wanted to reach your goals, stay close to the people who are close to the goals, not to the people whom you are close. And whatever district director has told, this is echoing in the similar lines. I got connected to many things, though there are many hard realities which we have to come out and accept, that requires some more maturity. But when you get into the Toastmasters, that growth mindset must have cultivated already, and you are open for the feedback. So this, I like the fact very much. This has echoed again for me. Thank you.
Yes, yes. So now we have our results. First, the best evaluator for today. Best evaluator, put your hands together for Toastmasters. Evaluator.
Samita, before you announce, Samita, hello, Samita. Okay, one of the officers is sharing the Zoom results on screen. Please refrain from doing it. The president will announce. No officer should be sharing the Zoom results on the screen, please. Thank you. Let the president announce.
So we have a best evaluator, and let's put a hand together for Toastmaster setting for best evaluator. And
Smriti, she got dropped off. I'm sending you the results on WhatsApp.
I'm sorry, there was some internet issue, and I'm back. Am I audible?
Yes, you are audible.
Yes, yes.
Okay, okay. So the best TAGL team is our language evaluator for today, DTM Sourav Dutta. Put your hands together for DTM Sourav Dutta. And the best role taker is Toastmaster Gaurav. And just do it moment we had today, many of y'all were sharing your just do it moment. And can anyone guess who got the best do it moment? Any guesses? So it was Toastmaster Jaspreet. Toastmaster Jaspreet, with her buying spree, got her the best do it moment for today. With that, we come to the end of today's meeting. So I officially declare the meeting closed. Thank you and good night.
Thank you all.
Thank you. Good night.
Thank you, Rajni, for joining and staying back for the entire meeting. Thank you.